Today I ventured to what may be the most Instagrammed yarn store in all of Korea. I've been wanting to check it out for quite a while. I'm sure you've all seen this shot of those cones of yarn there. And I just really wanted to see if it was worth the hype. So I was pleasantly surprised. There are quite a lot of different kinds of yarn, different weights and fibers. There's knitting needles and crochet hooks. So many different colors. I do appreciate that everything is very clearly labeled. Lots of open space in the store. I was there on a Saturday mid-morning to lunchtime, and there were quite a few people in there, but it didn't feel too crowded. The price is also clearly marked, which is very helpful. I felt that there was a good variety of price as well. Some were less expensive, and then there were some more expensive ones. Just look at all the colors, all the yarn, the beautiful lighting. I mean, it was a dream. There's this squishy alpaca boucle, and then this stuff. I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. If you have not learned how to read Korean yet, it's time. It's time that you do that. It will only help you. Here they had quite a few mohair and mohair-esque yarns, which I didn't need today, but I thought that they were very beautiful. I love the variation in colors. They even had these here that were kind of shimmery. Very pretty. Here they have this Korean paper yarn, and this is what it looked like worked up into a purse. It actually felt not as stiff as I thought. It was nice feeling. Plenty of notions and tools, stitch markers, snaps, rings and stuff. Then they had some fun notions over here, safety eyes and noses, embroidery needles, lots of notions for making bags. They had straps and handles and rings and bases, and even some cool tags that I thought were cute. See, we are hip enough. They had everything from really thin crochet threads to thick, bulky stuff. They even had some of this t-shirt yarn, and of course the hideous scrubby yarn, but in beautiful colors. And then this stuff was thicker than what I needed today, but it was very cool. It's like a chain yarn. So squishy though. I had to feel everything, obviously. Upstairs is a cafe where it's basically my dream. They have these cute little button cakes. You can get yarn, ice cream. There are these adorable crocheted cacti. Come on. On another table, there were crocheted cakes that actually looked fairly realistic, and everybody just sits around and knits and crochets. There were a few groups of ladies there that were laughing and having a great time working on their projects. You are supposed to limit yourself to 3 hours there on weekends and holidays because it does get crowded. Towards the end of my time there, I started to feel bad because people were coming in and I could tell they were looking for a place to sit. That's the best angle I could get without being too ostentatious in public. I really hate filming myself in public, so you're welcome. I think they have a good enough stock and variety that you should have no trouble finding yarn for your project, as well as all of the notions to go along with it. Even so, I had a really hard time deciding what to get because there was so much. I wandered around and around the store quite a few times trying to decide which DK weight yarn I wanted for the project. I decided, but I finally decided to get this. This was on the more affordable end. It is a wool blend. I like the color. It's slightly different from everything I've knitted, which is always blue and green, or let's be honest, blue-green. And I'm excited. I already knitted up my gauge swatch for the sweater, partially in the cafe, partially on the bus on the way back to my hotel. Speaking of which, I'm sure you'd all love to know, where is this wonderful cafe slash store? And there's not a whole lot of parking, so I do recommend taking public transportation if you can, since it's not exactly near a subway station, and I am still recovering from my broken foot situation. I took a bus. I've never taken a bus before. I was really nervous. And like almost always when I'm really nervous about something like this, once I finally did it, it was so easy. Very similar to navigating the subway system. I just looked it up in Naver, how to get there. Naver told me which bus stop to go to, which bus number to look for, and where to get off. And you can use your T-Money card on the bus. There's a place to scan in when you enter, and then by the exit you scan on your way out. It's a pretty bumpy ride, but not too bumpy to knit.